is on a beach.
Mai Tais.
I know, right? With some mahi. God, I just had steak and I'm talking about mahi. But I mean, seriously, I mean, people really need to kind of put stuff into perspective.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a case of the me's and nobody really cares about most of you.
Right. So any of you listening out there, if you want to be on the show tonight, our call-in number is 480-405-1465. Call in. Let's speak out, okay? Let's make some comments. Let's talk about what's going on. We like engagement. Even if you are opposed to what we're talking about, call in anyway.
Be respectful.
If you're respectful and you come in and you're not an asshole, then we won't hang up on you and make fun of you later.
But if you're an asshole, we will berate you before we hang up on you. So please don't.
Or
let it
during
advance.
while we're hanging up on you. It's all about respect, folks. We're trying to create conversation, not harassment. So if you want to call in, even if you disagree with what we have, call in. We'll be happy to have a conversation. We can talk about interesting things. 480-405-1465. Let's see. Back to those teachers. So everybody, I think, is now finally realizing that Prop 123 was a friggin' just scam. Because there never was a step 2 after Prop 123. And a lot of us actually, because we both supported the No on 123 campaign when we were running for office in 2016, because we could see that it was a scam and that it was an easy way out for the Republican-controlled Congress or legislature and the governor, who could do exactly what he did. And we said the one thing about 123 that was the most horrible thing about 123 is there was no guarantee that the money was going to go to the classroom. And sure enough, as soon as it was passed, we started seeing superintendents getting raises, and nothing was going into the classroom except for cheap change. So a lot of people are realizing now, and when I say realizing, I mean getting their head out of their ass, because that's where it was when they were supporting 123, was up their ass. They just did not see what was coming, or they didn't want to see what was coming, because it was a short-term, well, at least we can get this, as opposed to a long-term, which is, okay, what's that going to do over the next 20 years?
And it was so ambiguous. I don't know. I would think that people in the profession of, fucking teaching would see that something ambiguous, they'd kind of look at the same way as like a lawyer would, like, well, you know what? It's not clearly stating that this percentage of money is going to go into this coffer, so how do we really know this is going to happen?
Well, obviously it's not, because it didn't.
Well, that's exactly the point. Now everybody's all pissed off about it. It's like, well, don't be mad at the people that didn't support it. Be mad at the fact that it was either written the way it was or that you kind of fell for it.
I think the falling
it was
for
desperation.
Part it was desperation, and I understand
It's
the desperation because we have a lot of teachers. We have such a high turnover rate. Now, that's one of the things, too. In Arizona, for example, I have a Bachelor of Science. So I filled out all the forms, and I've been, kind of lacking in taking the time to actually do it. But I filled out all the forms, and all I need left to do is to go get a fingerprint and background check, and then I can actually legally be a substitute teacher in Arizona. Now, I don't have a teaching certificate, but I do have a Bachelor of Science that would be useful in helping to teach when there's not a teacher available. As opposed to, hey, you can breathe. Let's get you through this online course and throw you into a classroom so you can teach math. Oh, no, it's okay if you can't add or subtract. You can still teach math. Just redo it out of the book.
I think I'd rather just have every parent get a fucking Amazon Echo and have Alexa do the math for them.
Be careful, because she's going to start waking up in
Alexa!
a minute. Or Alexa.
What is the square root of, I don't know, something?
42.
Oh, she's so helpful.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah. Yes, we have our personal assistant, which is Alexa, which is the Echo Dot. We got a stereo and everything hooked up to her, so she actually has a voice now, and she doesn't keep getting put on top of the refrigerator when we go to work
so
every
the
day.
dogs don't eat her.
So not just the fact that they've just completely dissed our teachers in Arizona. They've also gone through and went ahead and passed the laws to let every student have vouchers. The vouchers that are going to help the poor, the rich kids, and screw the poor kids and destroy public education. Those vouchers. Now, some school districts, some people are going to be actually filing suit against the legislature for some of the things that they have pretty much screwed up when it comes to education and whatnot. So we're going to see how that turns out. That should be interesting. Now, from what I understand, the Apache Junction City Council, and I'm trying to open up the email that I was reading about it. We live in Apache Junction, which is, if you go towards New Mexico, stop about 5 miles from the border, and then you find us. At least that's what I keep telling everybody.
If you've made it out to the Ren, where they have the Ren Fair, you've gone just a wee bit too far.
A little bit too far by about 7
You're almost
miles.
like Grand Canyon, Gold Canyon it.
Well, it's on the other side of Gold Canyon, the Ren Fest. So I'm trying to get that email put up. Yeah, okay, yeah, Gmail. Ugh.
Oh, Gmail sure has its tricks up its little sleeve, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's asking for passwords and all this other crap. I thought that was
How bossy.
Yeah, I know. There we go.
Yay!
So anyway, so we're starting to see school districts and school organizations and stuff like that fighting back. Let me see if I can find that. Okay, so the resolution SB 1431, Apache Junction Unified School District, passed 4-0 with one abstention. Let's see. I'm trying to read this has to do with the school vouchers. This is from the Arizona School Board Association, a governing board resolution opposing expansion of education savings account, SB 1431. The Apache Junction Unified School District voted 4-0 with one abstention against SB 1431, which is expanding the ESA savings accounts, which is basically putting more money into some of our legislators. We won't mention any names because, allegedly Steve Yarborough is making shitloads of money off of this. But, that's just, what's been reported in the newspaper, the Arizona Republic.
Oh, but he's honorable and recuses himself every time a vote comes up, though, right?
No, he's
See, I'm
sponsoring
funny.
those bills. He's sponsoring it. And that's
See,
one
folks,
of the
pay
problems.
attention.
Okay? That's one of the problems. And whether you are Republican or Democrat or whatever, when you have legislators that are sponsoring, proposing, and voting on bills that financially benefit them directly, that's an ethics issue. And regardless of what your political affiliation is, you should be pissed off about that.
Don't scream at us socialists when you guys are all like, ooh, this is capitalism or whatever you want to call it.
It's not capitalism.
Crony capitalism.
It's a fucking legislator
Ooh, fucking.
making money off of bills that he's writing. And it pisses me off because our kids are the ones that are losing out.
Do you think it's that people aren't getting upset because they just don't know what's happening, don't understand what it means? A little of all of that?
I don't know. I think people have gotten so far into the right versus left that they've forgotten that we're all still Americans and we're all still citizens of Arizona.
We're all still
and we're
humans
all
at the
supposed
very
to be
least.
working together for benefit of all of us is now just right versus left. And there is no in between anymore. It's right or left. That's it. No one gets together. The right won't come to the left and say, here's what we want to plan, and let the left say, okay, well, what about this? And there's no cooperation anymore.
Compromise, negotiation, isn't that what it's supposed to be about?
It's all gone. In Arizona, it doesn't matter anymore. The Democratic bills are not pushed through at all. Well, 90% of the bills that are submitted by Democrats are kicked out and don't even receive hearings. While as all the stuff that actually goes through is all Republican bills. Okay, that's not compromise. That's not representing the people of Arizona. That is representing an ideological Republican Party, period. Okay, that's not going to strengthen Arizona. That's not going to strengthen the United States. What's going to strengthen the United States is Republicans and Democrats working with Green Party and Libertarian and everybody else to work on laws and such that are going to benefit us all, as opposed to a specific ideology.
Well, it's no wonder we're so stale. We have all these fucking people, and such a small percentage of them are always the ones that are coming up with the ideas and the way to do things. Well, that's not how you grow.
No, it's not. So any of you listening out there, if you want to call in and chip in on this conversation, 480-405 1465. Call in. We like to have people on the phone with us because otherwise you just listen to us bitching, and that's not really conductive to solutions and whatnot. So 480-405-1465. Call when you get a chance. Where are we at? We're at 640. Okay, so yeah. So let's see. Some of the stuff that's going on this weekend. We have the Climate March at the Capitol in Arizona that's happening tomorrow morning. Let's see if I can bring that one up. I think I received an invite for it.
Oh, and I was mistaken about the event that I was thinking of. Either it got canceled or it was a different day.
Wait. Did you just say you were mistaken? Really? Steak? Oh, we already had steak. Okay, so tomorrow is the Climate March and Rally. Starts at 9 a.m. at the Arizona State Capitol Complex. They're also going to have a signature drive for Refer 2404. 2404 is the legislation that was just passed to make it more difficult for the people to actually create initiatives unless you got shitloads of money.
You know, like trying to make marijuana legal or some of the other stuff.
Raising the minimum wage.
Yeah.
This was retaliation.
Stuff we care about.
This is specific retaliation from our legislature and the Arizona Chamber of Commerce because the people decided that it was time to raise the minimum wage, and they didn't like that.
And they're like, fuck you, we're your legislators. We write the story here. No, you're our bosses. You fucking work for us. About time you realize that.
Yeah, well, they're going to realize that because we're gonna
give them a dose of this is what it is.
Spell it out for them in the words.
Ooh, with crayons. Can we have easels and charts?
Okay, so let's see. I see 3 different events for Climate March tomorrow. There's also a Desert Wave Invitational. I have no idea what the hell that means. Okay. April 29th, there is a PAC meeting at the Old Spaghetti Factory. I think that's in Mesa. Well, this is tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow. There's like a whole bunch of events tomorrow. I did not realize that. So the meeting, the April 29th PAC meeting is, I believe it's Arizona Now, National Organization of Women. Let me look here. I'm opening it up. Yep, AZ Now Political Action Committee. It's going to be at the Old Spaghetti Factory at 1418 North Central Avenue in Phoenix tomorrow at 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Tickets are available. So, you know, if you believe in women's rights, then that's a good place to go. We would, but we have to work tomorrow. So.
And on that note, if you believe in science, there's a family STEM day going on tomorrow from 10 to 12 at the Apache Junction Public Library. Sounds like they're going to have all kinds of cool events. It's going to be a kid-friendly, family-friendly event.
They're going to be teaching abstinence only because that's how we teach science in Arizona. I'm sorry, I had to throw that in there.
Here's their details. Release your inner scientist, technician, engineer, and mathematician at the Apache Junction Public Library's Family STEM Day. Come explore our open house with STEM gadgets, demos, and panels. And they're going to have all kinds of, like, cool shit there. They're going to have, like, a forensics team, and they're just going to have all this kind of cool stuff. I'm actually really grudgingly going to go to work tomorrow because I forgot that this is tomorrow.
Right. And then April 29th, we also have Arizona's Arab Yeah, boy, I just flubbed that one. Arizona's Arab American Festival, which is at Steele Indian School Park in Phoenix. It's on tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. It's a big festival that's going to happen there. If you are not afraid of what the news tells you, Muslims are, this would be a good time to actually go talk to some people that are from Arab countries and are Arab Americans, so you can actually kind of get your own opinion as opposed to listening to Bill O'Reilly or Hannity or Alex Jones.
Oh wait, he's a little busy losing custody of his kids.
He's a little busy right now.
Rat bastard.
Okay, so then we also have May 4th, we have the Progressive Democrats of Phoenix East Valley chapter meeting at Old Chicago on Alma School in the East Valley.
That means pizza for those of you that don't know that.
Starts at 6:30 p.m. And one of the biggest and best parties in the Valley on May 6th is going to be the Kathy Hoffman for Superintendent of Public Instruction kickoff campaign. That's where we're going to be. It's going to be at the Pita Jungle, downtown Phoenix. We're going to be there. cheering on the person